Kanika and I talked a little bit beforehand about, I've done a little bit of research just on my own. The more I dove into this project and the lack of diversity that's found in children's books, and particularly for like lead characters, was stunning to me. And as a white person, like it's something that before this I really never thought a lot about, to be perfectly honest with you, and it's really opened my eyes. And so I'm really grateful that I've been able to go on this journey, and that Veronica has opened, helped open my eyes to this. So this disparity is just so huge, and we're in our own way demonstrating that young people of color are lead characters too. They are, and that they're inquisitive and they're intelligent and that they're travelers and adventurers, and they can do they do all of these amazing things, and they need to be represented. And so I think, as someone who's coming at it from as an outsider, but being brought into this world, I feel really passionate about that aspect of it. And when she first asked me to take this on 3 or 4 years ago, I was just like, how am I going to even do this? And I was just thinking about it simply as an artist.
Right.
And now I think I have a much better and bigger understanding of the implications behind it, rather than it's just a book. Like it means so much more to me, and I'm really grateful for that.
Thanks for that, RJ. Yeah, it really is so much more than a book. Like I said, Snowy Day was the only book that, we had in the early 70s. I'm like, did you see that? Yeah, people would see other people of color on TV. You'd call each other on the phone like, hey, did you see Flip Wilson tonight? Those kinds of things, because there was so little representation of us. I'm talking about Black people in particular, because that's my experience, that, it was like you're almost invisible. And we're not invisible. We make up about 5% of the US population, and we've made some significant contributions to this country. So we should be more visible and more representative, in greater numbers, not only in children's literature, but other areas as well. I mean, we've made some serious contributions to this country, as have Asians, Latinx, Native Americans, and other groups of people. But people of color, our stories need to be told. They really need to be told, because there's a lesson to be learned. I learn every single time I pick up a book or I see a factoid on Instagram about somebody that I'd never heard of before in history, who's a person of color. And I think it's important, because stories are important. They help us to be strong. They help us to give us direction. They help us to have self-confidence. And that's really what I wanted to do with this book, was give children of color self-confidence to travel. I